Hi there, it's Dr. Everybody. Taking a look at Project 9, which is a card game. As the document says, you really should go online, play this game. It's a game of solitaire, and there's a bunch of functions you have to do, and they're doing things like move a card from one pile to another, that type of thing. You're going to be using lists here. It's really the most sensible type of data structure to use because these are ordered. You care about the order that cards are in when they're in the foundation, when they're on the stock, and when they're in the tableau and things like that. So what I thought might be best to do here today is show you one of these functions. And the one that I think is appropriate is this one here, where we're going from the waist to the foundation, and we're going to have to specify the waist, the foundation, and the n that we use. And we tell you, create a function named waist to foundation, takes a waist to foundation, a foundation number, returns a Boolean, the status, you succeeded or did not. So let's take a look at how we might do that. Now you do have a card class, and we're going to use those capabilities in the card class. You get a chance to play around with that in this week's lab. Let's create a program here. And make sure it's the right place. There we go. Okay, so what do I want to do? Well, first of all, I need some data structures. So what is the waste pile? Well, it's just a pile, which will be a list. So we'll create a waste pile. What's the foundation? That's 4 piles. And so we'll make 4 piles all empty because they start being empty. Note there is a way you can do like 4-star with an empty list, and that'll make 4 lists. Unfortunately, that makes 4 of the same lists, so that if you append a card to one of those lists, it'll append it to them all because they're all the same one. So that doesn't work here. And so we're given, we are asked to define a function, waist to foundation, and it takes the waist, the foundation, and some number. I'll call it n. All right. So how do we go about doing that? Well, one of the first things is what if the waist is empty? Then we want to do something like print an error message. I'll leave that to you, and we will want to return false because we didn't succeed in moving a card from the waist to the foundation. What else? Well, if it's not empty, then we have a card that we would like to move. And this will be wrong. We'll have to go back and fix it, but let's start with it. We can pop a card off the list. We know there's a card there to be popped off, and I'll call that C. And then I decided to make a generic move to foundation function because I'm going to do that in other places that I'll be moving to the foundation. So let's create that function. And what do we need? We need the card that we're moving to, which foundation pile, and of course the foundation, and then I'll return the status. So there's a complete a function. Of course, that means I've got to write another function. We have to fix this later because what happens if my status is false? Then I won't have wanted to taken the card off of the waste pile. So I need to fix that later. But let's we can worry about that. So there's complete function. If it's empty, we write an error message and return false. Otherwise, we pop a card off, and then we'll move that card to the specified foundation. So that means I need another function. And I gave it a card, a foundation number, and foundation. So, all right, so now what do I want to do with here? Well, a couple of things. If the foundation is empty, then I know that I'm going to be putting an ace on there. Right? So I need to consider that. And then the other case to be considered is the foundation is not empty. So there's my two cases to consider. What will I do on this first one? Well, how do I know it's empty? Well, so if there isn't anything in there, a particular one, if that particular one is empty, that'll be false. So if there isn't something in it, then we know it's empty. And what do I want to do? Well, I only want to put a card there if the rank of that card is 1. Right? If it's an ace. So if I wanted to put comments here, foundation is empty, only append an ace. So if it's an ace, what will I do? Well, then to that particular one that I've specified, and I will append my card. Right? And and at that point, if I wanted to, I could say I'm done, return true. Okay. So how about okay, the foundation was empty, but I didn't have an ace. Then I'd better print an error message. I'll let you figure out what to do, and I return a false. Didn't succeed. All right, so now the foundation is not empty. So we're in that case. I can get rid of that comment now. Fix up just so things will fit on here a little bit better. All right, so the foundation is not empty. So let's take a look at the top card. So we go to the particular foundation that I'm in. The top card is -1. We know it exists because we got to this point. It was not empty, so I've got a top card there. And now what I want to do is see if the rank of my card is equal to my top card's rank +1, right? Because foundation, what does it do? It gets cards of the next. So if there's a 3 there, the next card we can put on is a 4, and we have to have that the suits are equal. So we grab the suit equal to the top's suit. And I just forgot there, this is a method, I got to put that in. So what does this say? This says if the card I'm trying to place there has a rank 1 bigger than the one that's there, and the suits are the same, so that it belongs on the pile, what do I want to do? Well, I put the card on there. Foundation n dot append my card. All right. And we return true. I succeeded. Else there's a mismatch, so I need to print an error message, and false. Okay, so there are the that's to move something onto the foundation. I see I've got an error message up here, so I have a typo. Foundation, there we go. That makes sense. Now I can test this thing out. Now to test this thing out, I want to have some things there. So let's go, let's make a new card. I'll call it C1. And let's make it an ace of whatever that is, diamonds or something like that, I think. And let's put that onto my notice I've got an error message here because I forgot to import cards. There we go. Now that error message will go away. So I created a card and I stuck it on there just so I have something to play with. So let's and I could have done this in the shell just as easily. So let's save it. Let's run it. Of course, nothing happened here, and so what I'd like to do is call my function move waste to foundation with my waste, my foundation, and some number. Let's try it with the 2. Right, and it returned a true. So what do things look like? Well, my waste is empty. What does my foundation look like? Well, it got an ace onto 0, 1, 2. So now in the project itself, you'll see that a 2 is supposed to specify the second one counting 1. So we'd have to, there are things to be picked up there. Let's create another card, and let's see if we can put a. Let's see if so the rank goes first. So we want a 2 and a 1. So let's take a 2 of clubs. Let's put that into my waste. Make sure it's there. And let's move that card to the foundation. It said true. Our waste is empty. And our foundation now has an ace clubs and a 2 of clubs. All right, that's good. Let's try to put a wrong card on there. So let's create another card. Let's put a 3 of something else. I don't remember what that is, but it's different. Well, we can look at it. What is that one? Oh, that's 3 of hearts. Okay, good. Let's append that onto my my waste, and let's try to put it onto the same pile. And it returned false. Now here we can see what my problem is. My waste is empty, and we didn't put it onto the foundation, and so that's a problem. We don't want that. So we're going to have to go back and say, all right, fix this later. How are we going to do that? Well, maybe what I can do is something like what I did there. Just grab the top one, move it, and then if the status is true, comes back true, that we successfully moved it, then I can pop it off the waste. So we have to do some fixing up there. But notice how I haven't written anything else in this project. I created a couple of my data structures, and I was able to completely test out my my functions, and I encourage you to do that. So okay, so now you have to move something to the tableau, and you've got to do all these other things. Write those as functions, test them individually, build this thing piece by piece, and you can test every piece of it, and then you can put the whole thing together into a working problem. I'll tell you right now that actually one of the messiest things to do is to print out the tableau in the way that we described. One thing you might want to do is just print out the tableau in a simple way until you get to the end, and then you can take some time. It's like, okay, so how do I print this out so it looks nice? Printing the tableau with the cards running down is hard. Printing them across is simply just print you print the list. So hopefully that will give you a little bit to get started with.